Is this just a huge, well-kept secret?
It is, as we say, the best-kept secret. I'm only asking that people open up and take a new look into birth.
So Deborah decided to film couples in the most intimate moments of labor, like the Larders of suburban New Jersey. For their second child, Tamara and Simon wanted a natural birth at their home. They went ahead with the help of midwives, a water tub to help soothe contractions, and a whole lot of kissing.
It looks romantic and sensual and not words that you would associate normally with childbirth.
Yeah. The physical touch and the nurturing was just really comforting to me.
Making out a bit during labor is fun for the guy, too.
And is it fair to say that you experience an orgasmic birth?
Yes. It was happening and I could hardly breathe, and I was like, oh, that feels good, you know? That's all I could say, really.
How is that physically possible? Dr. Christian Northrup, a board-certified OBGYN and author of Women's Bodies, Women's Wisdom, says it's basic science.
When the baby's coming down the birth canal, remember, it's going through the exact same positions as something going in, a penis going into the vagina, to cause an orgasm. And labor itself is associated with a huge hormonal change in the body. Way more prolactin, way more oxytocin, way more beta endorphin. These are the molecules of ecstasy.
This is nature's way of providing a hormonal painkiller.
So I'm having another contraction.
But in my own experience, having given birth 3 times, twice naturally, my labor was decidedly unorgasmic.
Well, we're going to the hospital. In my mind, it is excruciating and about the furthest thing from pleasure I could think of, which is, I think, how most people perceive it.
Absolutely. One's expectations change the way pain is perceived. Whenever you expect pain, you tense up your muscles, your stress hormone levels go up, and that increases pain.
And according to the documentary Orgasmic Birth, the hospital experience itself can increase that pain.
If we look at most other countries in the world, women have a lot of options. They're allowed to be upright, they can move in labor, they can use warm water, they can use balls. There's so much that they can do that makes the experience easier. And in the US today, you walk in a typical hospital, you're put in bed on your back. That in itself makes labor longer and harder and more painful. I'd like to see hospitals giving women a lot more choices. So the same environment that you would plan for a very sensuous, romantic evening would be what you would want to give birth.
She says to even have the possibility of orgasmic birth, women need to lose their fear and their inhibitions. One method, practicing relaxation techniques. For Amber, it was breathing exercises and her own kind of Lamaze. It's not that she doesn't feel pain, she transforms it into what she calls simply sensations. Another key element, not blocking those sensations with anesthesia.
But some people look at modern medicine as progress. Why are you asking women to go back to feeling that pain?
It is part of human experience to experience pain, the other side of which is this incredible ecstasy.
Isn't that cute?
Claudia Montes wanted to experience that ecstasy. After giving birth twice with an epidural, she was determined to have a pleasurable birth, even in a hospital setting, without pain medication. But it turned out her toughest obstacle was her husband, Jay.
I don't understand choosing pain over, modern medicine. If you could hit yourself in the head with a hammer or not hit yourself in the head with a hammer, which would you choose?
His whole thing is he didn't want me to suffer. And my whole thing is, suffering is perceived.
Claudia hired a midwife instead of a doctor and took months to prepare for her labor. For her, the key to relaxation was hypnosis.
And you say to yourself, I can do this.
So I didn't feel pain. I was in bliss because I felt safe. I felt tingly, I felt high. It's just this amazing feeling.
I know that you were somewhat embarrassed, Jay, to talk to us because you're thinking, what are my friends going to think?
Yeah, they probably are thinking, well, why isn't he giving her the orgasm?
But in the end, Jay admits his wife chose the right path.
She ultimately was right and I was wrong. I never envisioned that, you know, it would have such a happy ending.
Does this just put more undue pressure on women to do something that they don't want to or are afraid to?
I hope women watching and men watching don't feel that what we're saying is every woman should have an orgasmic birth. Our message is that women can journey through labor and birth in all different ways. And there are a lot more options out there to make this a positive and pleasurable experience.
Namaste, sunt Ian Ramon. Sper că ți-a plăcut acest video. Dacă ți se pare interesant și crezi că poate fi util și altor persoane, click share. Dă-i un share pe Facebook și pe WhatsApp, trimite-l mai departe. Dacă vrei să fii notificat de YouTube imediat ce public un nou video, click subscribe și abonează-te la canalul Ian Ramon. Pace și bucurie!